Hello, Professor. It's a pleasure to say hello to you. And today I'm going to talk about the different types of sentence that we have in English. Declarative sentence. A declarative sentence is a sentence that makes statements or gives an opinion. And it's also one of the most common sentences in English. We can recognize a declarative sentence by finding the following hints. They give an explanation, they make a statement, they transmit one or more facts, and they always end with period. Some examples of declarative sentence are, they are trying to get into the house. In this sentence, we can see that we're making just a statement. The second sentence, the second examples, Mary always goes to Mass on Friday. This is also a statement, so it's not difficult to identify a declarative sentence. Interrogative sentence. As the next indicates, interrogative sentence ask questions. There are some clues that makes interrogative sentences easy to identify. They are, they usually initiate with interrogative words such as what, where, when, who, why, how. They are used to ask questions, and they always end with a question mark. Some examples of a interrogative sentence are, why are you coming to bed so late? As we see, this as a question. The second, do you know the guy who lives next door? This is a question too. So interrogative sentences are really easy to identify. Exclamation sentence. Exclamation sentences express emotion or big surprise. Besides, these type of sentences are easy to identify because of the following clues. They always end with an exclamation mark. Sometimes they start with this WH words such as what or how. They always express strong emotion or surprise. Some examples of exclamation sentence are, what a beautiful waterfall. This is amazing. As we can see, these two sentences express surprise or emotion. And we can easily identify because they end with a exclamation mark. Command sentence. Command sentences give orders, advices, commands, or instructions. We can easily recognize command sentence. For example, they can end with a period or an exclamation mark. The subject can be omitted because it always addresses the same pronoun, you. They can be affirmative or negative. Some examples of command sentence are, get out of my face, come here. So they are just giving commands, and as we can see, we can omit the subject. Simple sentence. Simple sentences are the most basic kind of sentence. They also must have a single clause which have to be independent. Some characteristics of the simple sentences are, they have just one clause. The clause must be independent. They express a complete thought, and they must have a subject and a verb. Some examples of simple sentences are, they are friends. She bought a new apartment. As we see, these are simple sentences that you have a subject, a verb, and a predicate. Compound sentences. Compound sentences are formed by two or more independent clauses. There are some clues that help us to identify a compound sentence. For example, the two clauses must be independent. The clauses are generally separated by a semicolon, a colon, or a comma pair with a coordinating conjunction. Some examples of compound sentences include, my brother is a good cook, so he always prepares food for special occasions. Here we see that we have two independent clauses. My brother is a good cook, and he always prepares food for a special occasion. These two independent clauses are linked by a coordinating conjunction, so, and separated by a comma. The second example, she's always complaining. She says life is not fair. Here we also have two independent clauses. She's always complaining. She says life's not fair. And these are separated by a semicolon. Compound complex sentences. Compound complex sentences are formed by at least two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. The next are some hints that help us to identify a compound complex sentence. For example, they need to have more than two independent clauses and at least one dependent clause. They are long sentences that have the objective of communicating a lot of information. They do not need to have a specific order. Some examples of compound complex sentences include, I was sure that you wanted to talk to me, so I decided to come and visit. Here we see that we have three clauses. I was sure you wanted to talk to me, I decided to come and visit. These two clauses, the two last clauses, are independent clauses, and they are linked by a coordinating conjunction, and they're separated by a comma. And I was sure is a dependent clause. The second example, I know that I offended you, so I'm here to apologize. Here we can also see that we have three sentences or clauses. I know I offended you, I'm here to apologize. The last two clauses are independent and they are linked by a coordinating conjunction and separated by a comma. And the first sentence, I know, is a dependent clause. Well, Professor, this was my speech about the type of sentences. I hope it has met your expectations. Thank you.